Good morning, everyone. StrafeCal, you know what this means. It's time for some Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise Randomizer. And I've got an announcement I'm excited about, at least. I have been getting the itch to do some more randomizer, and this is at least in part from a challenge that was issued by Mark Mann for the Wheel of Struggle. So our off season is called Struggle R, and we're going to be doing a head-to-head race of Free Enterprise as part of that. So I need to practice because I haven't been doing as many of these as I had been previously, and also because I am not used to using certain tools that I would like to have at my disposal, like trackers. I have pretty much always played this completely with no resources outside of like the one thing I have pulled up on the side window is the D machine chart. Everything else is just off the top of my head. So I'm really hoping that using this is going to be helpful. We're doing it partially because it'll be good for viewers. We have a lot of people on Wheel of Struggle who aren't familiar with Free Enterprise, so I figured having trackers up would be helpful, and may as well learn how to use it for myself as well. The other thing that I'm usually don't have is I'm going to be playing with the timer on screen. So I've got new layouts, I've got new toys. I think it's time to go ahead and get started, but real quick, I'm going to go over our... just take a quick minute at least to go over the flag set. So we've got complete 6 out of 8 objectives. Every single one of these seeds is going to have music. It's going to have Unlock the Sealed Cave, and it's going to have Forge Legend Sword with Adamant. Mark and I each picked one that we were going to have in every single seed. I picked Sealed Cave because with the warp glitch, Sealed Cave doesn't do anything. So this gives us kind of a way to make that have a purpose. And I think Markman just picked Twin Harp because music is cool. Full on, all key items in the mix, Summons and Moon, no free. Standard characters, we each banned a character. I banned Yang because I didn't want to deal with him. And he banned Fusoya. And we're not starting with Edge, but he is available in the game. We do have Sineki and no free characters on. Pro Shop and Treasures with Sell Quarter, which I'm not used to. That's going to make money tight. So that'll be interesting. Alt Gauntlet, obviously. Witchburn to make make Wyvern a little bit less terrifying for the purpose of a live race. And then pretty much standard for the rest of it. Supersmith, Spoon, because why not? Warp, Life, and Back Row Glitch. So, our current objectives we'll start looking at more as we get going. We do have a mix of boss hunts and quests available, so yeah, it'll be interesting. Let's go ahead and get started. Got a Rydia start. I remember my timer. Rydia and Kane. That's actually not a terrible start. Strength. And we've got a couple sets of stuff. Again, part of that is just because of the fact that we have that existing issue or existing restriction from the Cell Quarter. I just wanted to make sure we started with lots of items. Okay. And let's go ahead and go straight up. I'm feeling like an immediate antlion dive here. Oh wait, no, we have Sea Necky. Well, actually, Flame isn't terrible. But this might be doable. And if it's not, we just picked up an exit. So, defeat Antlion. That means, and defeat Odin. So we've got 2 boss hunts. That's actually really, that means we're going to want to do a lot of the out of the way bosses that, even if they don't give good rewards like key items. Complete Cave Bahamut and conquer the Vanilla Ribbon Room. So we get those 2 are both on the moon. That pretty much says, unless we get everything else early, we're going to the moon. Because we only have 6, or we need to complete at least 6. So a lot of decent stuff for Edge there. Let's go Aegis. Normally I would go Headband, but we're early enough and I'm a little bit concerned about him surviving. So we're going with that. Going with Samurai, a little bit better defense just in case. I forgot he counters with summons. We're gonna have a lot of stuff like that. Like I said, this is a D-Rust. My goal is to... I've got 3 of these already queued up on my computer. I don't know exactly when the race is gonna be. We'll get into that when we get closer. But for the time being, I think that that's a big... Like, I just want to get a few out as we go. Does she have any good options here? I didn't even look at what she was equipped with, because it usually doesn't matter. Dancing Dagger is huge. We may be able to just do this without even taking damage. There we go. Antlion location has 1,000 hit points. Early Legend Sword. That's pretty mediocre. see who this is, both the character and the boss. Tella, Dark Elf. That might be doable. We may have to wait on this. Oh wait, no, we've got a... Okay, yeah, no, we can do this. Maybe. If this kills Rydia, it's going to be a little bit problematic. Didn't heal first. But... Can you change? We may actually just be able to kill because the Dancing Dagger is going to do about half of its health. Kane's going to be able to jump in for the rest if he doesn't get killed, which he did. We do need to make sure everybody is up at the end of this. If possible. That should do it. Got to preserve my stopwatch. Rydia learns Warp really early, which is good for the glitch. Tella comes in knowing Exit, which is going to be really nice for looting. We can do things like walk over here to the back of Hobbs. So, the big thing so far here is this is a very squishy party. Once Kane gets going, we'll be a little bit more okay. That's a whole lot of nope. I'll grab at least one of those. I'd prefer to have two. Did I not re-equip him? I didn't. That's impressive. I think we hold off from there. Although I will actually take just a second here. Fix this. We get a free heal for this. We have two good weapons for Edge. I'm kind of hoping we're gonna get... Is this vanilla? It is, except for it's the weird not vanilla. Tella sucks at spellcasting, just a reminder. Tella is a utility mage, not a damage mage. That's actually really problematic because we don't have a break to heal. And I'm not even sure I have the right items for it. Pella knows heal, so he can get Rydia back. Rydia would not have been able to do the same. Toad is actually something that could be really useful here. That is literally what I was trying to avoid by using Stop and Toad. I should have single targeted the Toad. That's really what that comes down to. Worth a shot. Probably should have been using the dancing dagger there. I wasn't even thinking about it. I am often forgetful about dancing daggers. Okay. That was a long one, but it's done. Odin. Not great, but honestly, having Odin on a... Like, because we have a Rydia already, Odin is a little bit better than it would be otherwise. I think I'm also going to go get her summon off of the mountain quick before we continue. I realized as we were going through that I missed some potential opportunity with that. Especially if she'd gotten something like, I don't know, Titan. Just bomb. That is actually a good example of I should have saved before I checked it and reset as soon as I realized it was something I didn't want. since I'm actually going to be looking at getting a tight time here. We still don't have any good key items. We're down to Baron and Ordeals. Let's do a couple other quick checks first. I don't feel like this party is going to be able to carry Ordeals yet. Like, depending on the bosses, it could be really tight. That's actually really good. Okay, so the spot we're fighting Miss Dragon, Octomom, is a very slow, or is a very fast location, which is making it really hard. I shouldn't have defended there, I should have just waited. I think I also am making a mistake having Kane in the middle. I put him there because you get a 25% boost to accuracy when you're in the middle. But it also affects the way that agilities... I'm doing the not using Dancing Dagger thing again, aren't I? Just to be extremely clear, this boss would be dead right now if I had been using Dancing Dagger instead of the Mist Chocobo that I used and the defense that I've been doing. Dancing Dagger is awesome. It's just a neutral... it's just a neutral magic-based attack. So, Mist Dragon is a key item check at the Village of Mist. When free items are turned off, it also gives us a couple quick treasure chests we can loot. And these are a fairly high value location for the overworld, because they are out of the way, behind a boss check, etc. Unfortunately, that is still not something we need, but I think we hop in here. Get the item. That is huge. Okay. So no hook route for us. Ashura. That actually gives Rydia some more utility. I don't even know really what we're looking for right now, so I'm not sure why I'm... Probably don't need to be checking weapon shops yet. Like, we're on T-Pro, we're not going to be getting equipment for Kane out of, like, that's better than just... I guess we might be able to find, like, a Blizzard Spear, but I think even that's going to be in a gated location. So I think we're going to be... Do we just head underground and do some more looting? I think we are in kind of a loot holding pattern right now. Maybe we check what Baron Inn has first. Okay, we're gonna check Baron Inn. This is generally not a super hard location, but our party needs a little bit more, and there's some relatively hard stuff. I think we have duplicates on. I should double check that. We'll find out. This is a very good spot to find Volvalis. Just because it's a very low hit point spot. It's also a relatively fast and strong spot, so that's a little bit of a problem, but... I didn't think I was gonna have time. Perfect timing there. Counterattack, went into the right person. Dancing Dagger. Dead. That's only the first fight. This is actually really good. I think we just win this. Never mind. The timing on this is very weird. So if we can get this life potion off, we should be okay. Kind of got to stagger it, because now he's gonna redo it. And this might do it. Yeah, the timing on that is very, very tight. Spoon, that's not good. But we get a second king. I think we just go underground here. Like I said, I don't... Especially now with a second cane, part of me would want to go to Castle Eblin here. But with underground access, I feel like it's perfectly reasonable to instead you know, loot the Fey March. Check out what bosses are there. Head over to Sylph Cave. Basically get our freebies. And hopefully we'll get some equipment for Kane. And we also got to check the shops at Dwarf Castle at that point, which are going to be weighted more for where that good gear is. Because Kane is really dependent on getting, like, he never gets really good equipment, but he gets a lot of, like, strong mid-tier equipment. With stuff like the Defender Sword. And we need 2 of whatever that is. So there's only 1 trap chest here. Charm Rod for Rydia. Elven Bow. That'll be interesting. I don't feel like we've got a good character for it right now. Our goal here is looting, so I think I'm going to plan on having to reset here, because there is a trap chest. Okay, so it's the middle one there, and now we get to go back through. I think Change Rod is worse than Charm, but they're both still usable. And we have a Tella. So we'll give one of them to Tella, one of them to Rydia. Although it might be better to just give Tella the might be better to just give Tella the Elven Bow if he can equip it. I don't remember offhand if he can. Sepu's white magic instead. Silver. Icebrand, I believe, is better. Second copy of Odin. These are, I wasn't even thinking about Feymarch shops, but Feymarch also is going to have way better shops, so we can maybe get our hands on like I said, Defender Sword or a Gungnir should be sold here. I really need to actually use some of these, apparently. And get rid of the claws, because we don't have Yang. Sure, it gives Rydia some risky healing utility. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that, but we can actually pop a Siren if we wanted to also. There's another Icebrand if we wanted it. dwarf axe if we wanted to flex our lower our agility while keeping him in the center. Also lets us back row glitch both of our canes if we wanted to, but we've currently don't have enough people for that to be worth it. So Flame Spear is 6680. Ice Brand is 7580. So yeah, just straight better. Go Diamond, Samurai, Karate, Aegis, Headband, Karate. $15, $11, $11, $8. I don't feel like Ice Brand's good enough that it's worth ditching everything to pay for it. That Rune Armlet, though, might be. Let's ditch some fire arrows, some poison arrows, a fire bomb. Ooh, samurai bow is going to be better than elven bow. Oh, I didn't even notice the bandana way down there. We have so much crap already. Inventory management, another thing for me to definitely work on as we go. Because yeah, right now we've got headband equipped. Let's go bandana instead. We're leaving Rydia with the dancing dagger. Oh, I forgot to actually check what the bosses are. Mom Bomb and and one of the sets of guards. So the guards in that spot are a little bit, but with the right tools should be fine. We could even just get a lucky Odin early on and be fine. Only sitting at 3 key items right now, which is a little bit unfortunate. Part of my hope with all of this was that it would give us a little bit of flexibility so that we can level up a little bit faster, because Rydia takes a while to actually get some good spells, and it would make Kayn a little bit safer since we haven't found any good equipment. Check out Job Dwarf quick. Electronics technician. Check again to see if we've got any potential gear for Kayn here. Okay, if we happen to find an edge, we can now one-up that middle that we have. Let's ditch one headband, the samurai armor, the Gaia hat. I'll keep the Dragoon armlet. I totally just realized I forgot to buy the rune armlet after I talked about it. But we'll deal with that when we go back down to the Leviathan spot. If we end up going back down to the Leviathan spot. $20,000 for black belts. Man, I feel like I'm already scraping through this pretty quick. There we go. Black belt is an amazing item. We want 2 of those as fast as possible to replace these Rada uniforms, and we'll also go ahead and equip the Dragoon armlet here. We could probably try Dwarf Castle at this point, but I think doing ordeals first makes sense. That also lets us do a quick trip back up to the surface to do Sheila while we're up there. Which I think I'll do. At this point, like I've said several times, we're really hoping to find a better weapon for Kain. And one of the things that is in the pool, 10 of the 10 of the items in the key item pool are gonna be regular items, not key items. And there's a decent chance that something will be a Defender Sword, an Avenger, or something along those lines. Nope. But Twin Harp is a required check. Unihorn's not super useful. Cast a spell on your party. Basically just good to get people out of Berserk. Black Sword does not matter. Sometimes you have one of those moments where you think before you act, and you don't wander into a boss fight with 1 hit point. So the nice thing with 2 boss hunts on the table is this is 3 boss fights. It also powers up our tele, in addition to giving us a key item. That was early. You want to use it right after that message pops up saying gathering the water. While his water is not up, he is weak to ice. Hiding inside the shell means that he's going to start healing, which also means that we can just start going nuts. That is a great spot to find that boss. Kanazo can be very scary depending on where you find him. I don't love the fact that we don't have any objectives yet, but a lot of these are pretty late game or require specific things. This is actually, we get to see one of the funniest random things, which is Yang's kick animation really only is designed to go one way. So we're looking at about 2,000 hit points here, I believe. Pause and hold R and L to make the shake go faster. It's only a few pixels, but we're looking at a race situation, so every second counts. Make sure we change back. Full Moon, another edge weapon. And Ashura. Yeah, this should be fun. Ashura can be really scary depending on when you fight her or where you fight her, but her hit point pool here is low enough that her cures won't matter. We either kill her or we don't. And if he lands before a heal goes off, we're good. We're good. Tella gets all of his spells. Now, Tella still sucks as a spellcaster, so take that for what it's worth. I suppose the other thing worth mentioning is the fact that we've found all of these non-key items so far does also mean that we're going to be able to find a lot of key items later. The density goes up as we find, or as there's less and less where places they could be. For better and for worse. So I think we just go straight up to Cape Magnus. Although Dwarf Castle is tempting as well. Let's poke our head into the two shops in Toroya. Not going to check the equipment here, but we'll go ahead and buy some more Cure 2s, because we don't have a reliable... Well, actually, we've got Tella now that can do a little bit better on healing. But yeah, Cure 2... I've been using a lot of Cure 2s, is the reason I said that. Yeah, at this point, I feel like our choices are Dwarf Castle or Magnus. And Magnus is, I think, technically a harder fight. But is required. I suppose the other thing is Dwarf Castle would actually give us our 5th character. Hello, you ruined everything. Do you have a way to fix it? I don't think so. There we go. We just need the Parish script. This is another one that sounds very familiar. I'm usually really good at like name that tune, but I'm really bad at it with the with Edward's tunes. That's why. Original Lufia. That is still on my to-do list. This shouldn't be too bad, yeah. That's right, he doesn't get, it's only gonna do one, which, in retrospect, there were better ways to do that. The magic defense in this location is very high. That's why Dancing Dagger and Tella's magic were not working. Ba-da-bum. It's fine. Once Cindy is down, Sandy will start doing, will start attacking directly. However, her unreflected spells are not nearly as good, and because of all the wall casts, she is now casting stuff back on herself, depending on who she attacks. Charm, but that's going to finish it off. Awesome. Several levels across the board. Adamant. Okay. Well, I've been talking about how I needed to get a weapon for Kane. Now, this isn't guaranteed to be a weapon for Kane. We've got the Super Smith on, which can be pretty much anything from throughout the game. Or throughout the Final Fantasy IV Advance super weapons, the post-game weapons. Kane can use several. I think he can use one of Cecil's. He's got his two. I think he can use one of Sid's. So he's got like I've got about a 1 in 3 chance of getting a weapon Kane can use out of there. And then Rydia and Tella's not going to benefit a ton. From having a good weapon. So pretty much at this point our choices are beat difficult bosses or do Dwarf Castle. Although I think I'm actually going to... Let's turn this in, and then I'm going to take a quick break. And we can do Dwarf Castle when I get back. Always loot the smith. There's a fairly good chance that you could find some good stuff there. Where is that last spot? Is it here? 2 ice armors. Gigant axe. So I don't remember exactly what all that does. And I'm pretty sure we have to unequip the Aegis shield first. But let's take a look. 200 base power plus 15 strength, chance to inflict poison, and still a 75% accuracy, a little bit lower, but not that bad. And now the important part, or the other important part. Okay. They've got all my favorites. I really wish I knew who my last character was going to be, because if we don't need to keep stuff for Edge, that's going to get rid of a few things out of my inventory. Actually, we are out of... we're past the point where we need these Thor's Rages. We want to keep ethers. Okay, we cannot afford most of the cool stuff yet. We also don't need the lunar staff yet. We don't really have a solid white mage. And I'm gonna pick up a Bacchus. Bacchus wine is one of the best things for a berserker party, and being able to buy it instead of just having to rely on what you find is huge. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break here, and we'll be right back. Okay. My water has been refilled. I am ready to fight whatever lurks beyond, which appears to be Octomom first. The Calbrena spot isn't... It can be kind of scary if I remember correctly. Like I said, it's been a little bit of time since I've really played this, so... Yeah. Yeah, like that, where it hits harder than you feel like it should. Not sure why I did Tele first there. Definitely glad we did Dark Elf first. We might be in trouble here. Yeah, it's not like it's a super high hit point spot. We just came into it from low hit points. I hate to do this. Just a little. We're gonna use our Siren quick. That's gonna get us several additional levels on each character. I feel like that's just gonna make that first fight a little safer. And hopefully we'll be able to survive better into the second fight. So I'm kind of hoping... So first thing I'm thinking is when we use the Gigantaxe in the first turn, We used a physical attack instead of a jump. That was a mistake. We need to count on that cane to be doing the heavy damage. And we're gonna have the other characters just and that is exactly what we actually needed. You can see there that cane is able to take several hits now, and that is the difference that we needed. The other important part with this is there is no XP from this Dark Cecil fight, which means when we beat it, we don't need to have a full party. Basically, if our characters die during this fight, it doesn't matter. Also, I didn't say it before, but getting a Rosa is awesome. Rosa is a great character to get. She will catch up quickly. Justice is not the only right in this world. Someday you will see. I was wrong about the XP thing, but oh well. It's not a huge deal. Also, I didn't mention it before either, but part of this is we get Rydia grown up, which I believe adjusts her stats slightly and also gives her access to a bunch of new summon spells. And as that screen popped up, one of the things that was on the list was Bahamut, which means we now have a really reliable source of damage for Rydia. Samurai bow, mute arrows, headband, karate. Warp glitch. This takes us to the back of the sealed cave. It does not count as unlocking the sealed cave. Tower key is absolutely perfect. And then when we exit here, that's going to still give us access to this key item check. Sand ruby. Do I need new party members? Not yet, is going to be my answer to that. What I might do we don't have cabins, which is a little obnoxious, but not the end of the world. So what I might do is we may, depending on who it is, we may get a replacement for Tella there, but we're not going to want to do that until after we do a certain grind. So when we're doing our, I'm assuming we end up needing to do a demachine grind, which I don't know for sure yet. Assuming we end up needing a demachine grind, I will most likely swap one of my canes out for whoever is in bed at Kaipo. Ideally, if they are 5 levels lower than the rest of the party, they will get double XP from the demachine grind. And the cane who is swapped out won't get that XP from the demachine grind, but we only have one awesome weapon, so having that second cane be a little lower level is not a huge deal, especially if it's not right before Zero Miss. Okay, so this is either Ogopogo, yeah, this is either Ogopogo. What am I thinking? Lunar Dragons. Hailed him. You know, the one I didn't say. Way to make me look good, game. Him counters summons. Which is why I'm using Virus instead of the Bahamut I was just talking about. Oh, that works. Rosa gets caught up instantly. There is a... As I was just saying, there's a slingshot mechanic for catching up. Darkness Crystal. Awesome. I figured that was coming soon because it seems like most of our key items are going to end up being in... or require going to the moon. Which is annoying, but could be way worse. But yeah, basically if a character is 5 levels lower than the rest of the party, then all XP they get is doubled. So getting a big boost like that, so she just got 52,000, the rest of the party got 26,000. Which basically makes up for her missing the XP from the Siren Muse. Got him before he started talking, which is nice. He's gonna blow up the super cannon. So with that, we have access to the Vanilla Ribbon Room and Cape Bahamut. Those are both very high end, so if we are planning on doing those now, we're going to be leveling first, which means we're going to do our D-Machine grind first. And honestly, considering that, like, what we have left, so right now we've got the 5 lunar altars, Cave Bahamut, the 2 Fey March bosses. Like, it's all tough boss fights that are left. Hey, there's the rune ring I wanted. Ooh, okay, so Lunar Subterrane actually gives me a character option also. Do that. Let's see who the character in Kaipo is quick. Because yeah, we don't have any key item locations currently available until we get... We need like Hook to turn in our rat tail. We need Baron Key, which would also give us an objective. We need the Luca Key to get the Sealed Cave, which is also an objective. And we already have the key item from it. Edge. That's kind of what I figured might be the case. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the higher level Cane. This is, I just remembered there's a mechanic where it's gonna offer to take all this off, isn't it? Now, Edge is not the ideal person for this, not because he's not awesome, but because, yeah, it's gonna let me take his equipment. But because he's already level 25, which means he is almost certainly not 5 levels lower than the rest of the party. Correct. But honestly, we only have the good equipment for 1 cane right now anyway. So this may actually be better. It may actually be better anyway. And Tella is kind of worthless against the last boss. Although, oh no, because we have Rosa now. Yeah. We're not going to go crazy here, I don't think, because we are going to have to do moon bosses. But I think to do moon bosses, we need to do a little bit of a grind. I do think it's worth checking the moon to see if we've got a character option there that's better for this grind. Because if we get a Cecil we can slingshot, for us. Like, if we get a second Rydia, that would be huge. If we get a Palom, like, I can think of a lot of characters that we could slingshot and would be more valuable to level up that way. I mean, honestly, I could even see getting a second Rosa. Basically, I just want somebody low level so that we can do the slingshot. Which is totally, at least in part, just because I like the idea of doing the slingshot. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Miss Rydia, yes. Rydia's equipment, yes. That should work. That's actually exactly what we needed, in a weird way. We're still only taking one Rydia. We're gonna end up with a Berserker-style party. But this is going to allow our Rydia to be significantly higher level than she would otherwise be, because of that doubling mechanic that I talked about earlier. I am a little disappointed because of the fact that we don't have 10 key items currently, which your XP doubles a second time at that point. Okay, so I've got 2 Ether 2s and 2 Ether 1, or an Ether 2 and 2 Ether 1s. Let's just make sure everybody's healed up currently. We're gonna go Tella and make sure that Weak is in his top spot here, and Cure 4 in the other one. Rosa, we want to make sure her top Cure spell, which is only Cure 2 right now, which is a little scary, is there, and then Edge is there. We're going to save here. We're going to restart. This is important because it resets the oh, my little chart is invading the corner of my tracker. I don't like that. For those that aren't familiar, there's a little chart that gets used for determining which, or when you're at the right spot for this. No encounters yet. So this is 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, Did I just accidentally delete my... I think I just accidentally deleted my file, which is impressive. How am I supposed to do this? I don't know what I'm dealing with. And I think I said 44, which means this is actually the right fight. So I didn't actually need to do anything. So we're eliminating Rydia because we have this... because we're going to need to do a cycle, and she doesn't currently have anything she can contribute to said cycle easily. Okay, so we're going to do a quick cycle, or just cycle through everybody's with Defender. Edge. Rosa, Pink. Okay. It just messed up my order as soon as I went around, or as soon as I stopped. That's annoying. And then it got 2 fires off, which is also annoying. But that just means we need to take our time. We're gonna waste some MP. So our goal is actually to have weak queued up as soon as this thing spawns. And then kill it as soon as the weak goes off, which we're going to be close on. Yep. And then a life potion there. We're in trouble. We're gonna try and recover here. Tella has very limited MP, so that's why this is a little bit wonky. Nope, that would take forever. We didn't have it up, so we're gonna get hit with 2 fires here. Yeah, I don't have great agility because we have some very fast characters here. So it's really throwing off the cycles. Ideally, what I would probably do here is do a couple cycles. I missed one of the lives. That's what happens when you talk at the same time. Weak takes 25. Fast also takes 25. Okay, nope. Not happening. Let's just do this now. Because it's not going to even hit him up to full. So this should be edge. It gets 1 fire off. Follow up with Kane as an attacker. This is going to be very close. I need to heal after this, clearly. Gonna be our last one. I guess I didn't explain the life glitch earlier. What we're doing is that didn't kill. Whoops. Crap. Yup, that siren is legit. Okay, we're just in trouble here. We may have to redo this. Oh boy, this has been a disaster of a D-Machine grind. But again, this is why we're practicing. That is not the correct fight. This is why we have this little chart. You can tell what the RNG is based on how many steps it takes to get a random encounter. So I think it should be one more. The reason we're running away from some of those beamer fights is because there are two different sets of beamers, which are these enemies. Okay, unequip everything. Double check on the turn order quick. I'm realizing there's a lot of stuff I didn't really explain. The weak spell reduces your enemies instantly to a single digit of hit points, whatever their hit points may be. So what we're doing is basically fighting very strong enemies that can only do percentage-based damage. So these enemies pretty much exclusively are going to be using that fire attack, which does, I believe it's like 10% of your hit points, or something along those lines. Which means, even though it does a lot of damage, as you can see here, it is manageable. They will never suddenly burst you for a bunch of damage that you weren't expecting. You can know that they're going to do the same amount of damage every single time. The life potion is part of the life glitch, which makes it so that when you use it, when you use a life potion on an enemy that has just died, which you can't target the enemy once their sprite disappears. So you wait until the attack is in motion and then use the life potion on them. Because of the way the mechanics in the game work, the game gets confused at this point and uses brings the enemy back, but The enemies don't have a vitality stat like the players do. And the vitality stat determines how many hit points you have when you come back. Sneak. I think we do an Ether 2 at this point. Continue to toss some cures. So basically, this cycle lets us get a large amount of experience points from one encounter with low risk as long as you don't mess up. We're getting double XP for every fight, or for every enemy we kill. And because Rydia is lower level than everybody else, she's getting double the experience there. Now, when you get all of this experience, like when we got Rosa, she got double experience that was like 26,000 or something like that. So she got 52. She got an extra 26,000. This fight, we're going to be looking at like, I believe we should be in the range of millions of XP. I could be wrong, but I believe that is about where we're at. And she's going to get double everybody else. So she's going to go from like level 1 to like level 60 in one shot. I believe this is going to bounce back to Edge. Nope. Okay. I'm making sure our order is back in line before I continue. It just did exactly what I thought it was going to do the time before. So we are going to get hit with 2 fires here. We're going to need to heal Edge. Refires. Or was that the second one? Either way. This should be Edge again. We have enough for 2 weeks currently, and then we're going to do one more with the or 2 more. Actually, we're almost out of life potions, which is actually also a good sign. We're probably at this point doing more than we need because we're being very efficient. We have been doing this grind for like half an hour, so we may as well make it worth it. I messed that up. That was the okay kind of mess up though. Like, that first cycle, we saw what happens when you mess it up for real. I needed to use the ether that time. That means this is going to be a lot tighter than it should have been. This is now our last. This is now our last D machine. Thunderclaw Ninja Sword. Make sure I don't have any other attacks lined up. And I'm gonna pray that this doesn't interrupt with a fire. There we go. So we need to get Rydia back up on her feet first. So 813,000 XP because we didn't have 10 key items. Which is basically all the XP we need for the rest of the game. Rydia immediately jumps to level 50 something, which is enough for, even for her, who learns spells very late, should get nuke. Encounters off. Now we want to walk back out quickly. And like I said, we're going to tag Tella out before we continue. But now we have everything we need to deal with the rest of the game, I would say. Which the current things we have available are all pretty scary, so that is good. So we're gonna head back to Mazidia. There is a part of me that feels like we should just keep Tella for an agility anchor, which I am not mindful enough to explain right now. Take Tella, dismiss Tella, take his equipment. Tella has done his job. That means that we now have a lower level Kane and... Okay, we need to double check our stats quick. Agility. We want the slowest character in the middle, which is actually this Kane. That'll bump his agility down to even lower. I do need to do a little bit of quick shopping. And then we're just gonna knock out... We're just basically gonna do a boss rush until we get the stuff we need. I don't need to pick up treasure. This is me reminding myself we don't need to pick up any more treasure. There we go. That is more life potions than we need at this point in the game, but I would rather be safe than sorry. We are past the point where we're going to be using her as an archer. Have anything better to equip? No. We're going to go... I think we go crystal on her. No. Protect on her. Crystal here. Rune. I don't think we have anything else. So it's just rune and charm to boost her up. That still puts her wisdom pretty high. And got nuke. And Bahamut. Here for first ring, crystal, strength, protect, rune. And there's those Bacchus wines so that our characters can cast Berserk on themselves. Now, the best part about doing this boss rush is now our other Cain is 5 levels lower than everybody. Which means that as we do this boss rush, he will naturally catch up, which is the point of that mechanic. But yeah, I do think it's interesting because, yes, we ended up spending like half an hour on that. It should have only been 15 minutes, but I screwed up at the end. I should have made sure that I could take out that alert before I used... I used one attack. I had one attack lined up. If that had killed it, I figured that I gave Edge the Thunderclaw, which makes it, which does double damage against machines, or quad damage against machines, which the alert is. Still don't have cabins. Whoops. Do need to heal first. But yeah, so I had Thunderclaw, which should do 4 times damage, and the Ninja Sword. I wasn't thinking about the fact that he was only level 25. Like, it was a out-of-the-box recruited Edge. Hadn't gotten any levels yet. Even though he had the strength, or a bunch of strength boosting equipment on, that's still not enough for it to really matter. After the hourglass, they get 1 attack each. And right there, you're seeing the power of Berserk. Not a required key item, but oddly good for boosting our party up. We don't have any armor for Rydia right now. I am gonna go save quick between fights just to be safe, so I don't have to redo both fights, because I am feeling a little bit behind the 8 ball. And rather than actually burn another tent, we're just gonna use a Cure 4, because Rosa has enough MP to cast Cure 4 now, unlike where Tella was at a little bit ago. This spot is very fast and has a broken HP score, or broken strength score. The way it works is, so certain bosses in the vanilla game were only programmed to use spells. So when they were coding those bosses, sometimes they just kind of left their strength stat at 9,000 or at 99 for no reason, because it wasn't necessary. Now, all of these bosses scale off of the locations that they are at. So in this case, that's Leviathan, who uses literally only the Ice 2 spell and the Big Wave ability. We do not have the X spell. So those two bosses were not... Oops. Did I miss it? Yes. Those two bosses were not... worth fighting technically, but they're off of our checklist. Everything else we could get is on the moon. Now, this could lead to a chain of things, and that is what I'm most worried about at this point. And actually, you know what? I was gonna try and do this all in one video, but I think I think we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna head to the moon and save, and we'll go from there. I will pick this back up next time, though. We do still have quite a ways to go. Now, at this point, it is just a boss rush, and we have very good characters. We have Kane with a special weapon. We've got a decently equipped Edge. Not ideal, but decently equipped. Kate Bahamut, we're going to start. Because it's a requirement, and you should always do your requirements first, kids. Okay. So I'm going to take a break here, and we will pick back up next time. Okay. Smooth start. So this is both going to give us a key item check and also is a boss that we have to deal with. Blue robe means this is Water Hag. This is actually a bad spot for this boss to show up, but with this many characters, we should be okay. You just need 3 hits. But this boss hits very hard at this location because Bahamut has very high attack. But I think with our characters set up as they are, we should be okay. Arg. Definitely okay with that, although I would have much preferred one of the required items. So Cape Bahamut's done. Now we get to go over to the main part of the moon. I think we work our way from the bottom, and by that I mean we start at the I think we start with the ribbon room straight up and go from there. Ribbon rooms required. Always do required locations first. What just happened to my timer? That's not right. Is it? No, it's right. I'm just dumb. I'm at one of those moments where I'm just like, I'm not sure I'm in the headspace to finish this, but at the same time, I kind of want to do it while it's fresh. And it's a first derust run anyway. I actually have a thought. Now that I'm doing more editing in my videos and stuff, I may actually try to make an updated tutorial video if there'd be interest in that. I'm not an expert on this game by any means, but I keep finding I feel like a lot of the information is either decentralized or complex. And part of my thought process is also just I know that people can't find other tutorials because my original tutorial videos are still the first thing that comes up if you do a Google search. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure where I'd be at with that, but it's kind of a thought that's been crossing my mind, and I feel like after I'm done with this, practicing for this, and I get that under my belt, or even as part of it, because I do feel like that's another piece. Beigen at this location is probably okay. Like, it hits... It's not hitting gently by any means. This should do somewhere 9,000 to everything. Throw this slumber sword. I will say this is a relatively high hit point location just because of the fact that there were originally 2 monsters at this location, but it should be split up between left arm, right arm, and Beigen a little bit. That being said, Beigen does have a lot of hit points in this location, so I mean, everything on the moon has more hit points than it feels like it should, I would say. The other reason to do Vanilla Ribbon first is, so it's an objective, it's also 2 key item checks, which most things here are not. Actually, by that I mean none of the other things here are. Baron Key and Ribbon. That gives us the Baron Sewers, so we just need one more thing. I will also say, I don't think, yeah, we don't have the pass. So we are in a little bit of a pickle there. Yeah, let's do this next. We just need to find Antlion or Odin or the Luca key, and then we just head out. Just make sure we're healed up. He's gonna do some magic. It's luckily not gonna do much. Okay. That will hurt a little bit more, but just a little. So it looks like this is a low... pretty low hit point location. This is normally where you fight Plague. That should get us to Volvalis, who is far weaker in this location than her standard spot. Okay, Earth Crystal is going to be 2 boss checks, 2 characters that we're not going to need, but and the Trade Treasury, which honestly is probably worth doing, even though we're this late. Oops. So if we don't find the pass, that means we're gonna have to go to Earth and then come back. It might be worth doing the other moon bosses to look for the pass, or to look for the other objectives so we don't have to go back to Earth. There. That should make sure that this is no longer even a little bit of a threat. Not that I was super concerned, but it makes all of our melee characters do more damage. Pink Tail. If we get the hook, that's gonna give us Pink Tail turn-in as well, which is going to be high-level equipment. Like, we have good equipment, but we could always use like a Zeus Gauntlet, something along those lines. I think all we need to do, yeah, it says unlock the sewer. So I think all we need to do is use the Baron key and then leave. We don't actually need to complete it. Which is really funny if we find the Luca key as well, because that's the same thing. Okay, Wyvern location. I really hope we don't find Odin here, but you know. Okay. This could be a lot worse. So this boss does generally have a wall up. I'm gonna make this just go faster. This is actually feels like a good spot. Because this boss is not hard, it's just tedious. And doing a quick 10k damage is a good way to remedy that. There's our Luca key. So there's only one check left on the moon. I feel like it is worth confirming that it's not the pass. I'm not used to walking out of the lunar subterrane. Not having escape, or not having exit is rough. Once again, Rosa does not learn exit because we didn't do the Tower of Zot, which is, she learns it as part of the story event. Like I said, I do feel like I'm really torn on this. We're not doing any bosses when we get back down. So if this isn't the pass, it's not like we're going to be looking for the pass. Yeah, in retrospect, this is probably not the best play. There's Antlion. I think part of the reason that this feels like it's worth checking is just because that was not worth it for a Bacchus one. Part of the reason it feels worth it is just because our party is going to steamroll most bosses at this point. Like, yes, that grind took half an hour to get set up correctly, but once you do, it feels good. It means you're done, and you can just go do what you need to do. I'm gonna do... Yeah, let's not worry too much here. We are gonna have to walk back down. We're not gonna find another key item here. I didn't get the hook, so there's nothing easy to do. Actually, yeah, let's just take this with us. Crystal. Let's just do it. There is definitely a part of me that wants to go check the treasury. We've got... like, straight up, Rosa and Kane should be able to do this on their own. Anything else is just a bonus at this point. We've got... we can do... get some extra damage going with Rydia. We can have Edge and the second Kane berserked. We are at very high hit points for what I expect out of this. We have a decent agility anchor with a cursed ring. I did do a quick save before we started going down, and I'm going to do a quick save when we get to the last save point here in a different slot. The reason we're doing that is just in case we do need to go back or do some more grinding or something. I'm really not convinced that that's going to be a thing. True colors emerge. Let's see who we're gonna fight today. Oh, hey, cool. That is the worst person that could have been on, but I think we're still okay. First big bang. Honestly, I'm not even gonna heal. This is just dumb, and I feel bad, and we're going to just erase him. So the reason Zero Miss is not doing anything is basically because our characters are clogging up the queue. Every time he changes phases, it resets what his actions are, and his first couple actions are just do nothing at the beginning of each phase as it gets set up. So by pushing him through all the phases very quickly, we are basically preventing him from acting, and because all of our characters are instantly queued up because of the Berserk status, it means that we can kind of keep in front of him in those situations. So every time he does nothing, a couple times we get to do a few things and queue up again instantly. There we go. One big bang. 226. Honestly, for a D-Rust, that felt pretty good, especially considering we had to go to the moon. The beginning felt, and especially considering that we had that extra 15 minutes having to redo the D-Machine grind. I'm pretty happy with that. Welcome back. So, a couple things I want to bring up that I know were some of my bigger problems. We'll go backwards here a little bit because the first one is pretty obvious. I should have stopped doing side bosses on the moon as soon as I got that second item, as soon as I got the Luca key. I didn't think about the fact that we weren't going to be doing any actual quests to get the crystal on Earth, so we weren't going to have another opportunity. We were going to have to do the walk pretty much guaranteed, and it made more sense to me, or it makes sense to me that we should not have done that. Obviously, there was some problems with the D-Machine grind. That's pretty obvious, though. There's another one that was coming to my brain. And it just left. I did some extra looting. I kept forgetting about the dancing dagger early on. And I do feel like there were a few times where we made things more complicated than they needed to be, I guess might be a good way to put it. Oh, and I did way too many D machines. We did not need to do that many, and that rest of that game ended up getting crushed because of it. In a situation like this where you have to clear the moon and do a boss hunts, it's probably faster, but yeah, probably wasn't necessary. Especially without, well, actually, yeah. If we had one more key item, that would have been even more ridiculous. And I think that was part of the reason I wasn't paying as much attention as I should have. But honestly, overall, this felt pretty good. I think our final party was good. We probably could have kept Tella, but because yeah, the middle Kane was not doing anything. But Tella also probably would have died to that Big Bang. The big thing Tella can contribute is casting Berserk or Wall. And we did not need him for that because we had items for it. I guess he could have like cast Star Veil on, or cast Wall on Rydia instead of her using the Star Veil. And that might have helped, but again, he probably was going to be dead. So, yeah. Outside of that, yeah, it's kind of weird not to get the hook at all. And obviously we didn't get the pan, which negates a couple checks as well. We got a lot of checks on the moon. So it was a lot of stuff where, like, Baron and Earth Crystal are two of the spots that normally you would want to get pretty early because they give you treasure, multiple checks, and, well, Baron gives you multiple key item checks, and Earth Crystal gets you multiple characters, which would have been nice. Like I said, Hook we didn't get, so didn't have access to that character. We had a really limited character pool the more I'm thinking about it. We could have done Giant technically, but we got most of the characters that we had easy access to before we got the crystal. I guess we had package as well, which was probably not worth it. But yeah, no, everything was on the moon. So yeah, expect more of these. I'm still figuring out exactly what my schedule is going to be. I know that the race is either going to be in November or or somewhere in November through January. I don't know exactly yet because we don't have a schedule for the off season yet for Wheel of Struggle. But stay tuned. And I will make sure that gets announced and where it's being streamed as well. I've never had people show up in another stream for me like before, so that'd be pretty cool if some of you can make it. I think we're gonna leave it there. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. There will be the seed, the flag set, and the primer I wrote up for our Wheel of Struggle commentators who are not familiar with the game. Will all be linked in the description. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.